Hip-hop.
Anonymous. Saturdays.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sapo Scratch Track Saturdays. You got your boy A AP Froggy, Mr. Bingus Frog.
What's up?
And we got a very, very exciting show for you today. Reporting live to you from Burbank, California in my kitchen. It is a beautiful day in Southern California. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you for joining us for just playing the song again there, huh?
It's on
you know
repeat.
what's funny about that? I was literally about to say I love our theme song. I really do. You did a nice job putting that together.
thanks,
so.
man.
Good callback.
I try my best.
I know you do. You always do. And that's what I love about you. We are Sapo Studios. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful Saturday morning or afternoon or maybe closer to the evening, depending on where you live. Our goal is to bring the majority of profits and ownership rights back into the hands of musicians. We operate under the umbrella of the Notorious Frog NFT project, a.k.a. Frogland. Do your own research, but get involved. We have plans to unveil a marketplace where you can buy and sell stems and do a whole lot more. But until then, we're jamming with artists and chatting it up with them about music, life, and NFTs. Later in the show today, we have Terence Shaw, who, as far as I can tell, is a very interesting man, and I'm very excited to speak with him. But before we do that, you know, if you were listening before the show, we were playing a bunch of Lobo 301, who is a member of the Frogland community.
Shout out Lobo, man.
Shout out Lobo.
Goes hard, bro.
Goes really hard, and we've had him on the show before, and I think he's a fantastic artist, and I love promoting good music that should be shined on. So it's great being able to do that, but that kind of is a perfect way to transition into the fact that there is so much talent right here in the Frogland community, and some of that talent is sitting right here next to me. So before we have Terence on, I wanted to talk to David Gabriel here, a.k.a. A AP Froggy, doxing the shit out of you. But yeah, the way you just looked at me, I sprung this on him. He didn't know I was about to interview him. But welcome to the show, A AP.
Hey, thanks, man.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, we were setting up, and he said, you got these old songs, man? Yeah, you got access to pull those up
What did you
easily?"
think I was doing?
I wasn't sure.
I had no idea.
Had no idea.
Yeah, no Dave Lane
No idea.
there.
Nope.
So you're from Michigan, as far as I understand.
Born and raised, man.
Wow. Okay.
Born and raised
All
in
right.
Michigan.
A lot of good music coming out of Detroit. Forever.
Always,
Right?
man, yeah.
That was
a big-
that's where Motown started, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aretha Franklin, man. Yeah, some Bob Seger.
One or two different steps in your life, you could have been the next Aretha.
Yes, yes.
Sure. Why not?
Easily.
No,
man,
but,
Detroit's a great place. It really is. I miss it living out here in Southern California, but it's an amazing place and it has a lot of humble elements and the seasons, man.
Yeah, well, that's something that, you know, out here it can feel like Groundhog Day sometimes, right? Because, like, even when the seasons... And now with all the, like, weird climate change shit that's going on, we're actually starting to feel some different climates and weathers here in California
Right.
like we've never seen before. But for a while here, like, you walk out the door and it's like fucking 70 degrees every day. And people are like, oh, 70 degrees every day and sunny. It sounds like a terrible life. But, like, no, there's something about, like, getting the different seasons and feeling that different electricity in the air. And, you know, so I totally get that.
which is awesome.
Which is awesome. But you started on guitar, right? Or did you start on a different instrument?
I started playing guitar.
How old?
I was in, I think, like 6th or 7th grade.
Okay.
Started playing guitar.
And did you start on acoustic? Or you
Started
got
on
like
acoustic and took lessons.
Took lessons.
Me and my friend Chris Scheidt. Shout out Chris Scheidt. It was actually his idea to go get guitars, and I was like, yeah. And he just thought it'd be so cool.
And knowing, I was just about to say, knowing you and your friends, you were probably like, oh, we're gonna get chicks.
That's what I meant. Like, dude, he was just so into, like, man, it would be so cool if we were in a band. It'd be so cool, you know, like, it'd just be dope. So we,
that's why I was in a band.
at a young age, man, he liked Fish. So in middle school, we played Mbop, the way Fish played. Was that Fish?
That was Hanson.
No. But they did a.
Oh, I'm sure they did something.
They did like a rendition. Of,
Oh, did they?
Yes.
Oh, that's wild.
Yes.
Don't worry about pulling it up right now. I'm talking to
It's
you.
so good.
You're not on the board right now, man. You're take a minute, okay? You're not working. Clock out. All right.
Well, if
you're my guest right now.
If you've never heard the
Yeah,
the
okay,
Fish
and they can look it
rendition
up. They can look it up.
Of Hanson's
Yeah.
Mbop.
But this is about you.
It's great.
This is about you.
So we
All right.
played that at the middle school talent show.
Good for you, man.
And then that just transitioned into playing music in high school and whatnot, and started a band there as well.
And did you just play like high school stuff, or did you go out and play like? Because when I was in a band, we played a couple of like other gigs, right? So we played like a bar mitzvah, and or some
You know what's really
some like
funny,
birthday
man?
party or some shit, and we played like some like random bar that we weren't old enough to be at, like kind of thing.
Yeah, we played like Battle of the Bands and stuff, and played like at some clubs and stuff, which were like those were probably the biggest shows we did. But we actually played my sister's graduation party.
I played my own graduation party. That's hilarious.
Which was really funny. And shout out Evan Smith, because our singer fell through. And so Evan was our singer.
Oh, tell me you have footage of that.
I wish there was footage, man.
Oh, my God.
It was so funny because that morning he got cold feet and he called me and he was like, dude, I can't do it. I can't be part of this.
And you're like, my sister's graduating, man. Don't fuck me
And
on
it was
this.
just like, oh, man, fine. I guess we'll just play music and that'll be it. And then he called back, 20 or 30 minutes later. Maybe his dad talked him into it or something. And he showed up and it was funny, dude. Like, he's not a good singer, but
I love how, like, you can't even, like, smooth it over and be, like, nice about it and be like, yeah, man, he showed up and, like, it worked. But, like, you're over here, no, it sucked.
man, it was
He
very
sounded like
funny.
shit.
You should talk to him about that tonight when you see
Oh,
him.
I will.
They're going to see a movie together.
Yep. Looking forward to seeing the new John Wick. Here, it's
Yeah.
amazing.
It's very funny. But yeah, then in high school, I was also wanting to start a band. I was very into Dave Matthews Band, and I learned how to play like a lot of acoustic songs. He's not an easy person to play the guitar like. So that was a big learning curve, but that helped me become a better guitar player. And then being able to play some of those songs kind of like convinced some musicians that were a lot better than me to like play music with me. So it was like the first chair violinist, like the first chair saxophone player. The drummer was okay. He's a good guy. It was like me and him would jam.
He played drums as well as Evan sang.
No, he played drums better. Yeah,
Okay,
but he bought like the biggest drum set in the world, like Carter Beauford.
Oh my
the
God.
drummer from the
Just
Dave
so
Matthews Band.
extra and like
it took
no
three people to carry it on stage,
and
It was
no
like,
reason
dude,
for a drummer of that capacity that couldn't play
it was
like
so
that. to
funny.
have
It
that
was
kind
so
of set.
funny. Shout out William Hines
Oh
Ulrich.
yeah, you're gonna.
No, no man.
Yeah,
he
he's
was
a great guy.
very
He
good.
just was a shit drummer.
No, I'm not saying he was a shit drummer at all. He was a good musician as well, but he convinced, the bass player that was an amazing, he was in jazz band and like just an amazing bass player. And so I was lucky. He and William, were lucky to play music with these other fellows that made us sound a lot better. But yeah, then like when I went to college, I started to like try to sing, and that was like wishing that I had sang in high school, but I was like too scared and like never really tried, and it was just so daunting to be like imagine singing on stage at the talent show in front of all the kids at school, so like I didn't do it. But yeah, that's where like fear, man, like overtook a lot of decisions,
And granted, but you did have enough confidence in yourself and your music that like you kind of came out here for that, didn't you?
In some way,
yeah.
yes.
So
And
you
it was
you moved to California to start a career in music.
Yes.
And we all pivot in so many different ways, and God, are you an amazing fucking editor and cinematographer, and thank God you leaned into that and do all of that stuff. But there's definitely been a growth in your music now, and that's exciting just from like, settling into yourself kind of, I feel like.
Which is interesting, right? And like that's what needs to take place, and like I'm still doing that.
But you talk about being afraid, and not having that confidence, but like I said, you moved out here having that kind of confidence in your music. So did you not even realize that almost?
It was kind of like hopeful confidence in a way. It was like I believed.
Delusion.
No,
Like,
maybe not delusion, but it was like I wanted that and I was passionate about it. But if I'm being honest with myself, I never really took the steps to like do it and put myself out there. I would, and like you were at studios with me where I found myself at like pretty amazing studios and like had met people and like, but then there was just like I wasn't prepared because I hadn't been like doing my diligence because of fear, you know. And it was like, and then I started to sing when I came out here and like in college back in Michigan would like sing in my bathroom. And when I first started singing, my mom kind of would like walk by my room and keep quiet a little bit, and then she'd kind of like come in the room and be like, you know what, David, you play guitar a lot better than you sing.
That's so fun. And your mom is the sweetest woman in the world.
She was trying to be nice about it.
I know. And only she could get away with like saying something like that is that like almost like a backhanded fucking slap, but at the same time is like says it in the sweetest way, so with compassion, and is like being honest.
Yes,
you know?
Yes, was being honest. But it was like, you know, and then I was watching a documentary about the Dave Matthews Band back in college at that time, and like they were talking about like music education, and they were going around to like schools and like, you know, helping spread that message. And one of the teachers that was on this documentary talking was saying like anybody can sing. He was like, you could teach a doorknob to sing. And that was like so.
And you believe that?
I think that with training, anybody could learn how to like carry a tune. I don't think everyone's going to be like Whitney Houston, you know, and like
I like how you hit
like
that H in Whitney.
Whitney Houston, you know, like I just think, and that unlocked a thing in my brain to where I was like, okay, maybe I can do it. It's like my mom just said I can't. Like I know I sound like a doofus,
but the singing teacher said I could.
But in this video about music education, it was like anyone can do it. So like I just would sit in my bathroom and like play a note and just like make a sound until like it sounded like that sound, like in the same note. And I would just like until it sounded like okay. And then I would just keep doing that. And then eventually like one time I learned how to cover a song and sang like close enough to it. My mom walked by and was like, was that you, or were you like playing the song?
And you just looked at her and you were like, yeah, that was me. Fuck you, Mom. No, I'm just kidding. No.
Didn't do that.
Didn't do that. But she was surprised.
But yeah, she was surprised. And
well, let's play one of your songs for the audience. So the one that don't have an anxiety attack. I see you over there with the deep breath. So when you started,
I see you over there with the deep breath.
Yeah.
So when just side note, when the TV's back here and I can't see it and I'm on the wrong camera, you tell me. You give me like some kind of you know.
Yeah. Right, because you're the guest and you're not supposed to be worried about that.
Right. But when it's just on the wrong camera, now we don't have footage of. Yeah, but it's okay.
Yeah. Good. That's neither here nor there.
No.
But
the show's live and you need to be told that.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway, when I first heard your music, there were a couple of songs that I like really dug. And I would like run around singing your songs. And so the first one that I want you to play is That Head of Mine.
Okay.
And this is a song that he would play for me once in a while, and then I would just be singing it for weeks. And it's fucking catchy. And I was talking to him before the show saying, like, you know, he's gotten so much more confident as a person and as a musician, and I think that there's definitely room here for him to maybe think about re-recording these songs, re-singing on the tracks, and seeing what that sounds like, because it could be cool.
It could be
because
interesting.
Because they're fucking good songs.
It could be interesting to like rethink them, and maybe rethink them with, you know, some of the people I've met that could help
contribute in some way.
Yeah, just like help produce them. You know, and that's always what I felt about my music was like I needed the right producer to come sit with me and say, throw this part out.
And we got a producer coming on later in the show. So
he seems like a great guy, man. I would love to go surfing with him, in all honesty.
We're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
But go ahead and play That Head of Mine by David Gabriel. I know you're trying to push off.
No, I'm actually waiting for these ads on SoundCloud.
Oh, okay.
Which is I didn't know that those
that's
existed.
a new thing.
Yeah. So hopefully they're not playing right now.
All right.
And Let's
pull up David Gabriel doing That Head of Mine.
Jane presents a tale of
And
longing
another-
And we've got another ad.
long-lasting
Perfect.
scent. Dear love of my life.
It's so strange. I've never known that there's.
I mean, look,
ads
people got to
on-
make money, right? Even
on SoundCloud.
Even
That's crazy.
SoundCloud has to make a buck.
I'm not making any money off these ads that play before.
No, but we're going to have ads playing on our YouTube channel probably. And
And you know where else we're going to have ads play? Right here on Sapo Saturdays.
yes, we're going to do some interesting commercial ad stuff. So that should be fun. All right, see if is that still...
There we go.
There we go.
Okay.
All right, here
Okay.
we go.
I am not you, you are not me, so don't you come and touch me, please. The still response will come from you inside your head. You'll see it through. Whoa. Oh, yeah. Oh, 'cause I am always lying under here, thinking slowly, maybe insincere. 'Cause I am always thinking about you in that head of mine. I cannot see through. Oh, yeah. Oh, circumference of my head is gone. Do what you will. You are not wrong. Oh. Sometimes life is gonna get you inside out. Don't let it twist you, my lips are always kiss you lying in bed all day. Lying around you again.
Yeah, baby. Some David Gabriel, a.k.a. A$AP Froggy in
Which
the
is
house.
so old, man. That's like 11
So
or that's
old,
11
but,
or
like,
12 years ago. That's like
Still,
more than that,
Still, I
probably.
hear that, and I know later today I'm going to be like in my car, like, and I am always thinking about you in that head of mine.
See, there's like there's good parts of that song and bad parts of that
Yeah,
song.
and
I
that's
think.
my point, is that you've evolved as a person and as a musician, and there's stuff definitely to take away from that and go make a new version of that fucking song.
Yeah.
Why not?
It is interesting. It's like right when you asked me to pull them up and I listened to it, I was like, well, I wonder if I should re-record this. And you were like, Dave Lank, I was just thinking that. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's so crazy to listen back to that, dude. It's like I haven't listened to those songs in
Well, and
very,
so
very long time.
what's really
Nor did I
cool-
know that I was going to be the guest on Sapo Saturdays. So let's just make that
Let's
clear.
make that very clear. No, but what's very cool is that, you know, you kind of took a step back from music to a certain respect for a while, right?
Because of fear, yeah.
Because of fear. And then we kind of, as we've discussed a little bit, maybe on the first episode, Meet the Sapo Gang, I think we may have touched on how we kind of fell into this and how, like, we didn't expect to be doing Sapo Saturdays and that I didn't expect to be hosting a podcast. None of this was supposed to be a thing.
Right.
But what was a thing was you had always envisioned, you know, something in the lines of this music marketplace that we're trying to build. You talked to a Tureen List about that back in the day. You had always had this idea of like a lot of this stuff in the space before I even knew what it was. And so it's very interesting and kind of like fortuitous and serendipitous that we fell into this sideways by accident, but it reinvigorated something in you with regards to music and playing again and creating again. You started to create in a different way than you ever had before, and you were making songs digitally now and pulling in all of these elements that you had never fucked with before. And I came over one day and I'm like, dude, this is like an evolution of your music, and it's really great to hear you playing again, but like this is awesome, and it's so exciting to hear you like leaning back into that, and that must be exciting for you to have that like awakened inside of you.
It is interesting, and it's very different. Like you said, it's like I'm going like completely digital and like creating in a completely different way than I ever have. Like,
well,
yeah, before I would sit down and just like play acoustic guitar,
all acoustic,
and just like create from the ground up that way, which is cool. But I think, now I want to mix the two.
But if you look at that song we just played, like it's actually something I forgot to mention. It almost doesn't feel like it's missing other instruments because of like how full the acoustic is. I don't know what it is about like the way you play.
I kept telling the guy, I was like, I want the guitar to be bigger. I want it to be bigger, man.
And you can achieve that sound sometimes. So like, there's a band called Royal Blood, and they're fucking awesome. And it's just a guitarist and a bass player, and the two of them, like the amount of sound that these guys create just between the two of them, the way that they play, you don't miss the other instruments in certain respects. You know what I mean? On certain songs.
Totally.
And so, yeah, no, that was very cool about how big the guitar sounded in that song, is that like it didn't feel like it was missing that for me. But like we're talking about, I love that now you have access to all of this other shit that you're playing with, that it's like, okay, now I have different elements that I'm going to bring into the mix, and you're creating stuff like you've never created before.
Totally. And like I said, I would love to figure out mixing the two, like eventually meld them together. And that's why I was thinking this could be a cool place to start, is just like not re-record anything and just use pieces of that to like bring in, and then maybe like make that into a scratch track and then re-record.
Hey, scratch track. I like it. Definitely.
Which is, those are real things, scratch tracks, you know.
That's
why Bugs suggested we call it scratch tracks.
Yes. Shout out Bugs from the Frogland universe. Metaverse.
Much love.
All right, so next I want to have you pull up I Rise. That's what it's called, right?
Yep.
Okay, so this next song, you were talking about how when you used to play back in the day, you were very fortunate that you played Dave Matthews band songs well enough that you fooled some people into thinking that like you were a better musician than you were, so to speak. So
I had no idea about music theory. I had no idea what chord I was playing. And then when I was playing anything, I have no idea what I was playing.
And then you have like these people that have a complete handle on that shit. Like, oh, I fuck with this guy. Let's play some music. Mm-hmm. And you're like, okay, let's do it.
Yeah. But when they would start to jam and be like, yo, we're jamming in C sharp major, and like then the violin player's like, and then like the saxophone player's like, and then like the drummer can just, you know, play drums.
Right.
And then the bass player's like, and I'm just like standing there like, bing, bing. Yeah. And then I would just kind of like, you know, muffle my guitar and like not do much.
Oh my God. Okay. I just want to point something out for a second. We are the same person in so many ways. It's sickening. Okay.
Dave Lane.
When I was in my band, the guitarist was way better than I was. The lead guitarist. I was rhythm guitar.
Yeah, he's on the cover of some magazine. Sitting over there.
No. This was my first band. I'm talking about. Calm down. I know you always want to bring him
We'll
up.
interview you next week.
Yeah. But no, but there were definitely times where like we would have a set like group of songs that we were going to play, and I had practiced those songs, and then the guitarist would be like, maybe we should play this song, and like the drummer would be like, yeah, let's fucking try it, man. And like he just starts like noodling away and shit, and I'm like just like strumming on the guitar as if I'm playing. And he told me the chords, right, and I just still wasn't good enough to like know what the fuck I was doing right off the top because I was just starting out, you know. But I'm just standing there like strumming on the strings and muting all of them, so I'm just providing like literally like. Like
you know what's
like I'm playing the fucking maracas.
You know what's really odd and strange about like our dynamic is that was probably happening at the same exact time. Like we were probably because we're the same age. You know, we're you know.
Oh my god,
we were in high school at the same time, both in our first bands, both standing in the drummer's basement, like.
Did you wait a second? Did I ever tell you that we were in the drummer's basement?
No, I just went with it because, and I said it with confidence because it's. And I'm saying that it was happening at the same time with confidence because it was.
This is too much. Wild. Okay, so I Rise, right? So I Rise by David Gabriel. This is a song that I want you to play next, and.
By David Gabriel and Paul Rotaco, actually.
Right. So that's why I bring up the fact that like you felt like you weren't as good as these other musicians. There were other people playing with you that knew everything about music theory, this and that. So Rotaco is the most eccentric dude I've ever met. He's your quintessential like modern day but old timey hippie. When I met him, he was driving, I think, a Volkswagen van, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
which there's a whole story about that where I left my restaurant job to go travel in his van with him.
Oh, we'll talk about that at some point.
Yes, we should.
But so you guys are now playing music. He's the most amazing violinist and plays a bunch of other instruments and agrees to be on this track. And absolutely killed it, and we wound up using this for the theme song of a cartoon that we're trying to make.
Yeah, because he actually wrote the main guitar part and like some of the words, and we sort of collaborated from there. And he let me sing it, which was cool.
Yeah, so go ahead and play I Rise, and then Terence just showed up. So right after that song, we'll transition into interviewing Terence.
Awesome. Here, I'm gonna bring him up. Get that done. Let's see if this plays an ad, and hopefully it does not. It most likely will.
By now,
yep, that's the Home
you
Depot.
know that sound. It's the sound of the.
It's the sound of the next ad.
All right, so maybe we'll circle back to I Rise. We've got Terence here right now.
Sure.
Terence, welcome to the stage. How are you?
Hey, did I mess up the time? Am I late or am I early?
No. You showed up a couple minutes late, and that's quite all right. I was interviewing my co-host here, ASAP Froggy, aka David Gabriel, who is a very interesting man himself in the music realm. So
nice. Well, if I did screw up, it wouldn't have been the first time in the last week. Everyone's changing the clocks on me, man. The time doesn't change here in Central America, so all you guys messing with clocks have been complicating my life. Anyway,
so you're over there in Central America living off the grid, and that's a whole thing, man. It's a vibe. I first reached out to you and I said, hey, I want you on the show, and you said, yeah, let me just check the surf report. And I thought that was the coolest fucking thing I had ever heard. It's like, I'm living my life, man. If you fit into it, cool. If not, then I'm gonna do my thing.
Yeah. I mean, for me, this is kind of my third career, and so, I had to. There were a lot of boxes that needed to be ticked off to do this, and one of them was that I needed to be able to live in a place like this. So, I'm living in a very remote place on a right-hand point break, a place where I've surfed for many years. And, the kids all went off to college, so I don't need to live in a city. So I thought I'd come here and as a producer, I can work remotely, with clients all over the world, which is freaking fantastic.
Which sounds pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I'm living my dream anyway. I don't know if it's, I don't know if it's anyone else's, but I'm having a freaking ball.
And that's what you got to do, man. Just lean into what makes you happy. and that's awesome, and I respect that. Why are we getting a super echo? Is there a way to fix that over here?
I think that's from.
No? Okay. Well, we'll do the best we can.
It's the delay.
So anyway, you came on as a guest when Jaden Violet was on the show, and when we pulled you up on stage and I saw your profile picture and my buddy over here saw your profile picture, you immediately looked like someone that was so intriguing. And there are just some people that have that striking look about them that pull you in the minute you see them. And you said, like, you've been through so much shit in your career and in your life that you've got stories upon stories, and I want to hear a couple of those. So tell me how you got involved in the music business in the first place.
Oh, cool, yeah. Yeah, so like you said, this is kind of a third career for me. So I started up a business out of Mom's basement when I was in my early 20s, and it became pretty big over the next 20 years. And
that was in the States, yeah?
Then, I'm actually from Toronto, Canada, so I'm Canadian.
Okay.
And yeah. And, through that time, music has always been a part of my life. So, I grew up in a musical house. My mom was a music teacher, but I never really got serious about learning to play the guitar, which is my first instrument, until I was in my 30s, So, when I hear people in their 30s say, geez, I wish I had learned how to play the guitar, I freaking, anyway. Don't get me started on that. So, hey kids, here's the thing. You gotta fucking love it.
Yeah, time
if
is
you
an
love
illusion.
It, you gotta do it every day.
It's all relative.
Right, yeah. Yeah, it's all about learning. It's all about the process, man. You gotta dig doing it. You gotta dig learning and improving. Anyway, so I guess how I got into the music business was, so the old business is gone, and then I got into social media and started up a social media agency, and that gave me enough time that I could, an income that I could do other shit. And I started creating music. So I bought the software. I already had a bunch of instruments, and I started creating it, and I realized that's really what I enjoy doing. And so I spent, many, many hours a day doing it for the last 5-6 years, and getting better and better. And when I first started, like a lot of people, I had visions of rock stardom, holding my mic out to a crowd of 20,000 and everyone chanting my hook lyrics, and, girls throwing their underwear at me and everything else. And, I was thinking this is, but then I realized, someone told me I have a great face for radio. And the other problem is that, I like going to bed at 8 o'clock at night. So these things aren't conducive to rock stardom.
No.
Then I realized I could be a producer. I can help rock stars create music. I can help them create better music. I can be the guy, I can be the wind beneath the wings of these rock stars. And I don't have to stay up till 2 a.m. and snort lines of coke off strippers and stuff like that. I don't have to do that stuff.
Yeah,
it's not necessary.
That's boring, man.
Boring. So anyway,
surfing and life.
Yeah. So my average day here is I get up at usually around 3 a.m. So I wake up at 3 a.m. and I immediately start thinking about what I'm working on. And I figure, okay, instead of thinking about it, I could just get up and do it, because I love doing it. So both feet on the ground, make my coffee, toast, and then right in the studio. And I usually go till about 9 o'clock in the morning, and with one break for a surf check. So I've got some buddies who come over because I got a really good view of the wave here. I'm right on it. And they come over around 6 o'clock. We bullshit and complain about things. And then I usually end up going back in the studio, because normally first thing in the morning it's either not that great or it's kind of crowded. And I'll go in, and then after 9, then I do a little bit of social media stuff, because I still have 3-4 clients that I like, that I help out, and who like paying me. And then usually I'll surf midday, and then I do other music stuff, a mixture of pretty much everything in the afternoon, including a nice little siesta, walking my dog. Then I usually air fry some chicken or something like that for dinner, have a beer, and maybe I might sneak a smoke every now and then. And then Netflix and the bed. So that's that's basically
what
it, man.
a zen lifestyle you're living, and I love it, man. It
was just playing in my head. I was like imagining the whole thing, and it's like I want to do that, man.
and hey, you know, you're leaning into that producing thing. You could be that guy.
Amazing.
Yeah, no, it does sound pretty
Terrence,
amazing. But I want to know, like, when you started out, how did things catch for you, right? So you said, like, things kind of took off. Your producing became pretty popular. You were able to work with people. But how did that all start? Like, what was it that connected you with the right people? Or, did you make produce somebody's track that, like, it just was so good that people couldn't not turn their heads?
Well, here's the thing, and this is why you said, hey, can you share some tracks and stuff like that? I'm not at that stage yet, buddy. So where I am is I've been really focusing for the last... So I got involved in the Web3 space, and that's really what made me decide that I wanted to be a producer. Because I thought, okay, well, here's a way that not only can I help musicians create better music, but I can also... There's also an opportunity for them to make a living doing it for the first time ever. So for the last year, I've been focusing on kind of, making connections in the Web3 community, improving my chops as a producer. So I'm working as underneath a mentor, a major label mentor who kind of goes through everything that I do and other stuff. So the main goal is to be, a world-class producer. I just don't want to be an average producer. I want to be kind of a world-class one, like the kind of producer who can create a track that'll sit next to one that has billions of streams on Spotify and not sound out of place. So that's what my main goal is right now. So now I'm at a stage. So I think I've gotten there now. So now I'm starting to work with people, some who you know already. So it's I would say within a month or two, I'll be at a stage. So you're here. You're in the ground floor, buddy. You're here in the ground floor of my Web3 production career. So in 2 months, you'll be able to say, hey, how's the last 2 months been? And I'll have something different to tell you and something different to show you.
But what you're really saying is in 2 months, I'm going to reach out and I'm not going to be able to get a hold of you.
Well, here's the thing. The nice thing is that I figured out part of being a good producer is understanding, what you're capable of, right? And I think I know how much I'm willing to handle, so I'm not going to be overwhelmed. I guarantee I'm not going to be overwhelmed.
Oh, I didn't mean
so. That's an interesting thing to take away from this, that experience, I think.
And I didn't mean because you were going to be overwhelmed. I just meant because you were going to be such big stuff that, you were going to be too big time for me. But I was just,
I'm going to turn into an asshole. I guess that's possible. I guess anything's possible, but I doubt it.
I doubt it.
I've already been pretty successful in my other industry, so and I don't think I'm too much of an asshole.
Do you mind me asking what that other industry was?
I can be a bit of an asshole in the surf lineup. If someone
to the non-locals.
I can be a bit of a grump sometimes. Anyway.
But do you mind if I ask what that other industry was?
So I had, at one point, I had the biggest direct mail print media in Canada. So I had a national print media company in Canada, coast to coast, the offices, print plants, and stuff like that. Had 150 employees. And so
awesome.
it was a real business. It started it out of the basement, and but one of the great experiences out of that was I figured out what I did not want to do for the rest of my life, and having a business with a big staff and overhead, I was not interested in that anymore. It's just too much pressure.
But
not my thing.
But what's so cool is that, like, there, like you were kind of alluding to, there are a lot of people that use time as an excuse, and they say, like, I've run out of the amount of time to be able to do that thing. It's too late in life. And, like, you had a whole other career, found success, were able to take that financial success and turn your life into what you wanted it to be. And that's awesome. And you didn't look at it as, it's too late.
Yeah. Where people are coming from, I think, most of the time in that situation, is they're too focused on the outcome. They're thinking, oh, shit, like I don't have time to be this, or I don't have time to be that, or I don't have the ability to be this, or ability to do that. And the focus is that's a very frustrating focus to have. It's better instead to find something that you love to improve at, something that you enjoy doing, or something that rewards you enough in some other way that you enjoy the process of learning it and of improving and getting better. So then what happens is no matter what the outcome is, you're digging life every day. Like for me, like 2 years ago, I sucked. Now, the thing is, I didn't know I sucked at the time. I really didn't know. I mean, I'm like, oh shit. Oh, now some of the stuff I created 2 years ago, I'm going to start all over. Like, it had basically good bones, but I was just a shitty producer. There was a whole bunch of stuff, and there's stuff that I know this week that I did not know last week, and I love that. I love that shit. I love learning stuff. I love listening to a song when I'm having my coffee, and I hear a sound, or I hear a rhythm, or something that I don't understand. And I got to figure it out, man. I want to learn how the fuck did that happen, and I dig it. I like that learning, right? And so there's two things. One is people are too focused on the outcome, and then the other thing is it could be that they just don't like it that much, like whatever it is they're doing. Maybe the outcome is so important to them that they're willing to do shit that they don't enjoy or that doesn't reward them every day. And deep down inside, they're doing something they freaking hate, and it's eating away at their soul, right? So there's that. And then the other thing is they don't prioritize and do things that are important. Like, so for me, creating every day, being creative every day is my priority. To me, it's the most important thing. Now, up until now, it hasn't put any, it hasn't paid any rent, right? So now it's starting to, but prior to that, it wasn't. But it's still the most important thing for me to do, right? So I had to make sure that I could still have time to do the stuff that was bringing in the bacon, right? So what do I do? I get up at 3 a.m, right? So if you wake up at 8 o'clock and you don't have enough time, get up at 7.
Well, the other part of it also is that you have a level of self-awareness that isn't usual, right? I think you need to be very self-aware to not only know that you're going to follow these things that you love, but also to recognize the fact that, like, you need to put in that time and energy if you're going to do anything the right way. And, people aren't that self-aware usually. And people are, like you said, more concerned with, what they dream the end goal is rather than what the process is.
Yeah. And we're all our own worst enemy, right? So, I think for me, a lot of it is just experience. I've probably been on the planet longer than you guys. I probably have shoes older than you, right? So, I'm not even exaggerating.
You're not wrong.
Right? So I've fucked up. I've spent 20 years of my life doing something that in hindsight wasn't my core, wasn't what I was about. So the second time around, I didn't really know. All of a sudden, I could press the reset button. I could do whatever the fuck I wanted, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. So, what I did was I thought, okay, well, I guess maybe I'll start with what I don't want. So I started making a list of things that I didn't want in my life. So right at the top, employees. I didn't want employees. Okay, there's one. 2, I didn't want overhead. I don't want that. I don't want the pressure of having to cover $5, $10, $20, $30,000 a month. If you guys knew my overhead, you'd have a fucking heart attack. What I had when I had my business. My payroll alone was $6 million a year. That was just my payroll.
Oh my God.
So yeah. So anyway, I didn't want that. And then, so I kept building this list, and after about 3 years, I still didn't know what I want, but I had a really long list that kept getting longer and longer of what I didn't want. But I tell you what, I think that it's a good exercise. It's a really good exercise, because what's going to happen is you're going to have opportunities that will come, right? Especially when you get good at doing shit. And it's good to go to that list, because you'll look at an opportunity and go, oh, shit, that's interesting. And then you start going through it. It's like employees. Next. Right?
It's actually interesting you should say that. Bryan Cranston has a list sort of kind of method of how he looks at scripts and decides which projects he's going to take. There's like a calculation that he's created, and he says, okay, how much weight am I associating to this project in each of these categories? And then the end number, whatever that is, does that pass my qualifying goal in terms of what I want to be doing?
It's a good approach because you get emotional about stuff, especially I would think for him. You know, some like sexy director comes along, you know, and with this thing, and you know, his dream was always to work with Francis, you know, Coppola, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, you know, he already has visions in his head of Godfather 12, and he, you know, and you know, then he's got to look at his list. And it's like, oh, you know, maybe on his list is that he doesn't want to have to fly. He doesn't want to have to live anywhere other than where he lives now for more than a month. But he'd have to go to frickin' Italy for 2 years. Okay, scratch.
It's like
right. Next one.
It's like Michael Caine,
right?
Only works in places that with warm climate.
Yeah, exactly. You know, that's so that's the thing is when you make the list, I think that what's important is that there are things that affect your lifestyle, your relationships, you know, the principles that you live by, you know, core things, not business things. Business things are you know, they can be on the list too, but it's more, you know, the things that will affect your life. You know, so for me, it was really important that the next thing that I could do from pretty well anywhere. And I had flexibility of when I could do it as well. So I didn't have open closed hours. You know, those were things that were on my list as well. Because I'm a maniac. When I get into something, I go hard. Like I'm, you know, like I. But then, you know, there are times also when I'm closed. I mean, if the surf is up,
yeah,
I'm on it.
Yeah. No,
right?
and I love that about you. I really do. So explain to me what this XYZ playlist is. You were telling us to check out the link that you had in your Twitter bio.
I mean, you know, obviously you're familiar with music NFTs and
yes.
and Web3 in general. So Sound XYZ is a platform for musicians to release NFTs. And what's cool about Sound is first of all it's a very fun collecting experience for collectors. It's somewhat gamified. But it's just a very enjoyable place to mint stuff. And it's a little bit addicting, to be honest. Right?
Yeah.
Some of the other ones are a little bit too difficult, and they don't have the bells and whistles and stuff. So it's kind of fun. And it's also there's a good community of collectors. So there tends to be a fair bit of excitement around the drops. And the other thing is Sound curates somewhat. So, you know, they have to, you know, the artists have to be pretty good, or at least recommended by existing ones that they're pretty good. So it tends to be, you know, pretty high quality stuff.
It's one.
And so what they do is, you know, they keep adding features, and so one of the features is that collectors and artists can create playlists of songs that have been released through Sound. And so my playlist, my Terence Shaw .eth, I think that's what it is. I can't remember. I gave you the link. Playlist. Those are all music NFTs that I've collected. So I think I've collected almost 100 music NFTs on Sound now between my two wallets. And so I'm not a massive collector, but you know I'm starting to get noticed as a collector.
Right.
So you know my mission in Web3 is to be supportive of the community and make real connections with artists that interest me. And I think in order to do that, I need to show that, you know, I support the community and I'm excited about it and I understand a little bit about how it works. So there's two. Do you know who Tommy Danvers is? You know Tommy D?
Yes.
Yeah. So he's a amazing producer. You know,
I've tried
he
to get
produced
him on
Tom
the show,
Jones back in the day, and he helped create "I'm Too Sexy." It went #1 in 30 countries and stuff. So he's a great guy. So I'm in his space once a week, and we DM and stuff. He's so we're kind of friends, and And anyway, so what he says basically there are three parts to Web3. It's collecting, curating, and creating. So that's I thought okay, a nice way to start in the community is to collect and curate and get some credibility and some knowledge in the community, and then get into creating. So that's what that is. That's what that is. I'm just
and
being involved in
part
the
of
community.
One of the biggest parts of being involved is kind of just showing up and showing that support in that way. And I love that about you as well, is that, you're out there doing your own thing on your own schedule, but you are showing up, not only to our space today, but you showed up to our space to support Jaden when he was, on our show previously. And you've been on his spaces, you're in other spaces, so you're showing up and doing the work in that way as well, and that's great to be a community member and to show that support.
Yeah, and I love it. Like for me, like Twitter Spaces has changed my life because I live in a very remote place. I'm in this very, very small community. I mean, there isn't even a gas station, and there are little stores, but they're operated out of people's homes here. There's maybe in my community on the beach here, I think there's maybe 20 homes, and we all know each other. They all call me Tio here. That's my nickname. I'm Tio. Hey, Tio. And so there aren't a lot of people to talk. Like, I'm a creative weirdo. I don't think the people around here really know what I do. I don't think they have any idea. There's that guy who just seems happier than a pig and shit, and we have no idea. So this is my chance to communicate with other creative weirdos who are like me, and like Jaden's just a freaking epic guy.
Yeah,
I mean, like a year ago, when so there's an example of a one-on-one connection that I made very quickly, and it was all because of him. When I started up, I just happened upon the guy, and we talked in a space, and he's like, yeah, DM me. So I DM'd him. He goes, DM me your number. And then we talked on the phone for a half hour. And he, I didn't know anything. I guess he'd been involved at that point for 2-3 months, which meant, he's like an OG,
Yep.
He's like a senior statesman at that point. But, and since then, I've made a lot of other connections like that as well. So there's no way I could have done without Twitter Spaces, because I'm horrible at texting. I end up misspelling words all the time. I say cunt instead of can't, and it's horrible. And so like to be able to talk is a big deal to me.
And would you say
it
that
satisfies a basic need in my life, which is to talk to people who are interested in kind of the same stuff that I am.
And that level of communication, is that the only thing that you feel that you're missing being out there, living that remote lifestyle, or are there other things that you miss about kind of being, a part of the general public, so to speak?
I miss really good rye bread. You can't get rye bread down here. I miss that. I grew up in a household we ate European rye bread all the time, so I miss that.
Okay.
I miss my family, but I mean they're so freaking busy all the time anyway. So I see them, like every 2-3 months I go back and see how long it takes for me to annoy them enough that they want me to come back here. And
and how long you can stay away from the surf, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean I get so much. It's like that's not a biggie, But yeah, it's so. Yeah, so I'd say so with regards to the community, like for me, it's not that I'm involved in it so much, for any kind of outcome. I mean, other than I want to make real connections with people that I vibe with,
right?
On a personal level, on a business level, on a musical level, all that stuff, and and I know. So for me, Twitter isn't really a popularity contest so much. Like I think, for a lot of people, it's how many followers can I get, and
right,
how get my engagement up. Well, that is, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. That's just not my. That's not my gig.
It's not the goal.
So yeah. Like business wise and creatively, I would love to work with a few artists that I vibe with deeply and create phenomenal shit. So my goal my objective is to musically is just to continue to create better music. And I've got a cheeky little goal that I want to have my name as a writer or co-writer on a song that has over 1 billion streams.
Awesome.
So I would like that.
Yeah.
I see. It's a very long list. There's lots. It's definitely possible. There's many songs that have over 1 billion streams.
Totally.
And And the one thing they all have in common is they're awesome. So I think that's number one. Is you got to create awesome music.
Absolutely.
So,
and I do have some further questions for you, but I'm going to go ahead and reset the room right now here real quick. If you wouldn't mind muting your microphone while I go ahead and reset the room, because we are getting a little bit of feedback. Thank you, everyone, for being here today on this beautiful Saturday. Once again, we are Sapo Studios. Our goal is to bring the majority of profits and ownership rights back into the hands of musicians. We operate under the umbrella of the Notorious Frog NFT project, aka Frogland. Do your own research, but get involved. We have plans to unveil a marketplace where you can buy and sell stems and do a whole lot more. But until then, we're jamming with the artists and chatting it up with them about music, life, and NFTs every Saturday at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here on Twitter. Please retweet the room if you're in the room, because that'll bring more people into the room. Today we have Terence Shaw, excuse me. And he's a music producer, very interesting man, has lived a very interesting life, and leans into just doing the things that you love and are passionate about, and living your life with that being the dictating factor and the leading principle. And I love that. And it's a beautiful thing. Terence, I am curious because I was looking at your website. It seems like you have this thing going on where you have demos on the site and you advertise them as looking for a singer. Do you want to talk a little bit about what that's about?
That's funny. I forgot that I even had that website. So I
was I not supposed to find that?
No, it's fine. It's fine. But I probably need to change it. So I guess this is how fast things can change. Okay. So I guess I did that about 2-3 months ago because I had decided, okay, producer is what I wanted to be. So I thought I'll be a producer for hire. Someone wants me to help them create their song. I'll look at how complex it is, charge, $500, $1,500 per song or whatever. And what a fun way to make a living, right?
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, well, what I need to do is I need to put together websites, start, showing some of the stuff that I do. And then I guess about a month later, that's when I started my mentorship with the major label producer guy. And I kind of decided that isn't the direction I wanted to go in. And it was more that I wanted to connect with specific artists and collaborate as co-writer, co-producer, or some other way, but like not kind of a producer for hire kind of thing. So that website was something I put up when I was still thinking I wanted to be a producer for hire. So
different approach. Anyway, got it.
Yeah. So anyway, but I mean, it's all valid shit. It was something that I kind of started to build in WordPress, and I didn't really finish.
Right.
I just thought, okay, well, I better just wait until I know exactly what I want to be when I grow up before I finish my website.
Right. So, with respect to that music mentorship, how did you get involved with that person?
Oh, okay. So, are there producers in this room?
Well, I mean, my co-host here produces some music, but outside of that, I don't think there's any big producer here right now.
The reason I ask is because there's a fellow by the name of Daniel Grimmett, and his business is called Dark Label, and he was in the music production business for a minute and was quite successful at it, but then decided that what he wanted to do was. And what he enjoyed most was teaching producers how to have a good music production business. So there are many music producers who are quite good at what they do, the craft of production, but they're not so good at business. Or, they're maybe they're not so good at production. So either thing. So it's basically he's got what would the word be? Like an incubator for music producers. So I identified, at least, I knew well enough that I needed help, and so I saw a lot of his content on the web, and I freaking loved it. Very, very genuine, very real, no bullshit. I thought, this is fucking cool. So I got accepted into his incubator. And part of it is, depending on, what your goals are, is working with a major label producer to improve your production chops. So there's two sides to the music production business. There's the creative side, getting better at the craft, and then there's the business side, which is getting better at the business. Mm-hmm. And I'm not so concerned with the business side because I'm pretty good at business, and I'm not so interested in outreach and gaining clients and getting lots of clients. I've already told you what my game is. So, but what was most important to me is just becoming a better producer, and it's nice having someone who is a major world class guy kind of listening to your stuff and listening to your story and giving you the real deal. It's not like you go into a Twitter space or an open mic and play your shitty song and everyone's like, oh, it's so good,
Right. No, and you need that real feedback and criticism in order to grow, but you also need to be able to be open enough to receive it, and you are, and that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
The awesome thing about right now, specifically this time that we're living in, is that there are, because of the growth of this digital technology and all that's going on, there is this growth of the incubator. And that's happening across the board. I've seen it a lot in a lot of these different tech industries and music and elsewhere, that people are putting up these incubators trying to find the newest and best talent and cultivate it and help it thrive and grow. And that's awesome. It's
congratulations for being
and that's what Daniel's end game is that his incubator. Like any enterprise, some people are going to succeed and some are going to fail. And, what he's hoping is the ones who succeed, he'll end up helping to manage their careers. So, he's interested in managing successful producers. And so this is his way of giving before getting anything really in return. And he enjoys the teaching process, and he's very good at it. So I'd highly recommend, you can find his YouTube videos, and they're really, really good. Very, very informative. You'll end up watching all of them and probably calling them up. So, but anyway, it's Dark Label.
Yep.
Dark Label on YouTube.
A Sapo over here already found it, pulled it up, and we got it broadcasting on the screen for when we pull this up on the YouTube channel. So we're definitely going to check him out. And
right on.
That's some cool stuff, man. I really appreciate you giving us your time today. I'll give you some of your time back so you can catch that surf and do what you do. But thank you so much for being on the show and sharing with us a little bit about who you are and what you do. And I'm really interested to see where everything goes with your career. Definitely going to be checking you out and following what's going on with you. And hopefully when I do reach out in 2 months or 3 months to have you back on the show and see what kind of progress you've made.
The follow-up show.
Yeah, the follow-up show. Hopefully I can get in touch with you and you aren't, too big for your britches over there. No, I'm just kidding, man.
Bingus is
Mr. Fancy Pants music producer. Too busy returning my call.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, thanks for having me. I appreciate the love and everybody in the room. Thank you for listening to my dad jokes and old stories. And check in in a couple of months or less, and I'll be able to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly of my journey. I'm happy to share that.
Awesome,
with
man.
you.
Well, we wish you the best of luck. We're looking forward to it, and rock on, man. Catch those waves.
Thank you. Have a good rest of the day.
Take care of you too, man.
All right, cool. Yeah, so that's awesome, man. And you know, it's what's funny is you were talking earlier when you said that you know, while he's describing his day, that you're envisioning it, saying like, "Oh, I want," like I could see you living that life. When you say like, "I want that to be me," I could see you.
It's
being
inspiring. It's inspiring, and it's so interesting. Like, you know, being in a time where it's like, it's tough to live off your art. You know, and like hopefully NFTs change that for the better and like continue to do that for.
Okay, here's the other thing. I can't resist. I didn't shut off yet. Okay, so here's what's possible today that was not possible 10 years ago. Okay, so what you can do now is you can live in a place like this for about 1/4 of where you're living now, but you can make the same money, or you can make 1/4 of what you're making now and live the same way.
Right.
Okay, so there's something, it's called geo-arbitrage. And that's where you live in a cheap place, but you make expensive place money. Mm-hmm. It takes all the pressure off. Anyway, I gotta go, or I'll get started on that.
Yeah, no, but you're welcome to stay. I was trying to give you some of your time back because I know you like to do your thing, you know? But you're welcome to stay as long as you like.
It's a really interesting conversation.
But yeah, you just have to be willing to give up certain aspects of your lifestyle that some people may not be comfortable with. So like you're okay with having that interpersonal communication digitally now and feeling that connection in that way. But, you know, me, for instance, I don't know if I'd be able to go without the day-to-day interpersonal connection like that that I'm used to.
Yeah, but you can still live in an expensive city. So like there are cities down here that are inexpensive to live in that have all the same kind of social interaction. You may have to learn Spanish, you know, but you know, and I don't know. I like Latin women, so you might have to.
Hey,
like
listen,
Latin
you
women.
and me both, and I do speak Spanish, so you're speaking my language right now.
There you go. Just saying, it's
Bingus
possible.
is on the next flight now.
Yeah, you know what? I might see you in a couple hours.
Yeah, I mean, you can rent a really nice place down here, like a house or a townhouse for $500 a month.
Wow.
Holy shit. That's
money,
that's
man,
a fraction of my rent.
It's just so messed up, like feeling the stress of that part of life.
Even within this country, I was talking to someone about it the other day.
It's insane.
The idea that like the amount of money you'd have to spend to have like the worst home in California. Okay, you can spend that same money in Texas and have like 20 acres and a huge home. And
Yeah,
like,
I just saw
what is
something
that?
today. An article talking about making $100,000 in Los Angeles is equivalent to like $44,000. You know, like that's basically what you're.
It's insane.
That's like under
Now,
like the poverty.
now you can and especially, I mean, a lot of people were illuminated through all the lockdowns, where all of a sudden they had to work from home, and then afterwards it's like, hey, this is kind of cool. You know, like a lot of people kind of liked it. Mm-hmm. And now I'm I'm living in this place, and I'm sure there are a lot of other places like this, where there are a lot of people who this is the new normal. You know, they live in a place where they want to live, and they're doing what they love to do, or what puts the most money on their table, or in a lot of cases have the same job. You know, they're just living in a place that costs where the overhead is about 1/4 of what it was before, or you know, the weather's warm or whatever it is they like. You know.
Yeah, I mean that was true for me. For my day job, I transitioned during the pandemic into working remote, and I didn't want to switch back afterwards. And it definitely, you know, while I didn't move to a different place, it afforded me more opportunities to travel and do things. I took way more ski trips this year, just as a result of the fact that I could work from all of those places, and it didn't matter. All I have to do is bring my computer.
Yeah.
So
and now you could just go
with music,
anywhere.
Yep.
With music production, you know, now you know the remote production model is not unusual. Right. You know, there are lots of people who work with producers in different continents, different countries, different counties, and you know, so for me, this is like a dream come true. Not only am I living where I want, but I'm doing what I want at the same time. You know,
Yeah.
it's phenomenal.
Absolutely. Taking ownership over your life. Fucking awesome.
Yeah, but I do have to dip. But man, you got me with that one. Who was it? Someone said, "Oh, I wish I could do that." I'm like, "What? Wish? What do you mean? You can do it."
Yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
I guess you just need to, I need to decide. You know,
Yeah,
and
but I can't lose him just yet. So don't go to Central America tomorrow, please. ASAP, do me a favor.
To the dark side.
Easy does it over there, Terrence. You're not taking him from me.
I'll catch you on the next wave.
Okay, gotta dip. See you next time.
All right, have a
Take
good
care,
one,
man. It's a good guy.
Great guy,
Very good guy.
Yeah, and I'm glad he hung around for another minute.
Same. Yeah, I was excited to have him on.
Yeah.
Once he hopped up with Jaden. Man, we're getting like very interesting conversations just about life, you know, and it's like,
Well,
it's like
the one that's been sitting with me for a while is or since we had him on the show is when we had Evaflow, and he was talking about just dropping everything, going and living in his car in Kingston, going and doing the shows. Then he starts finding that success, and he's seeing himself on billboards, but he still doesn't have the money to like live properly, and it's just wild.
Yeah, it's like just man, it's so tough to like decide to live off of something that requires the approval of other people to say that it's good, and then but it's so weird.
But that's what kind of we're finding is that it's simultaneously the most difficult thing in the world and the simplest thing in the world. Because it's
just
like
deciding.
Like Terrence said, we are the biggest thing that gets in our own ways.
Right.
So deciding to like let that go and saying, I'm going to do what I need to do because this makes the most sense, as opposed to like, but. Yeah, that can be difficult,
and sometimes that can be like fear, right? And that like even just stemming back to like deciding to not go pursue music to the extent that I should have at that time, like based on fear. I could have just done a lot of things differently, and like even now in life, I feel like it's like at a crossroad of deciding keep pursuing film and freelance and needing a stable life and stable income and not wondering, am I going to find enough gigs? Am I going to book enough things? So like,
all right, well,
stability.
Let me just go ahead and get that shit out of your head right now, because yes, you're sticking with that. We'll figure out the stability portion of it for you separately or together. But no, you're not walking away from that. Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, it's just a part of life. I see Dan's here.
Yeah, welcome, Dan.
What's up, Dan?
That's one of our other business partners, a very talented artist.
And I was just about to call him out a moment ago, which is funny because
go ahead and call him out.
Just about not thinking too much, and like if we're pursuing this thing of art. And
Dan has a lot of great lines, and that's one of them. Is
just don't.
Yeah, you could say it.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, no. Stupid people don't think.
Yeah.
Before they just go for it.
Yeah.
And smart people definitely do that as well, but the point of that statement is that like there are a lot of people that are less capable than you that are just throwing themselves into the mix, and as a result of the fact that they've thrown themselves into the mix, they have opportunities that you don't, and they may find one.
Right.
And that connects. And if you threw yourself into the mix, you could be having and finding those opportunities.
Because,
just to clarify, because I saw you get nervous, start sweating, heard the butthole pucker from over here. All right, I get that. You didn't want me to say the actual line. But no, it's not just stupid people. There are also plenty of smart people that just go for it, drop everything, like I was saying. Because
and then there's the overthinkers.
But yeah, and then there's the overthinkers. But yeah, so I do want to rewind back to your interview and go ahead and play the track we were going to play. You got nervous again. Don't get so nervous over there. Relax. It's just you and me talking. No one else can hear us except the other people in the room.
Dan, Dan's here.
No,
I'm just kidding.
You'll be fine. So this is as I was saying earlier. If you were with us, I was before Terence came in. I was interviewing my co-host here, David Gabriel, aka ASAP Froggy, and he has several tracks that he's made in the past, and this was one that he made with that violinist friend of his, Paul Rotacco, and it came out pretty cool. And we're gonna use it for theme song for this animated thing that we're working on. And I want to play it for the audience. So stop being so fucking weird over there, man, and go ahead and play the track.
I was trying not to move around your camera. That's why I was all
right.
I was all finagling.
You'll be fine.
So I could turn up the.
You'll be fine.
Well, it wouldn't have played because the volume is all the way down, David.
All right, so go ahead and play it.
Okay.
This is "I Rise" by David Gabriel.
See, Paul? Doesn't matter, man.
Won't be long, won't be long, won't be long, won't be long. Oh no, oh no, oh no. No, it won't be long. No, it won't be long. Devil try to bring me down, devil try to bring me down, devil try to bring me down, devil try to bring me down. Oh no, oh no, oh you know, oh he brings me down, oh he brings me down, oh he brings me down, 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 down.
That shit just puts a smile on my face. I don't know if it's because I know you or if it's because it's actually good. I think it's actually good, but that makes me smile. I'm glad you let us share that with the world,
Hey,
David.
thanks, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy, like, to listen to those songs, man. Bennett Chesney, shout out Bennett Chesney. We recorded that in his studio at his house, and he helped produce that song a lot.
Nice.
Which was, you could hear him singing in the background as well.
Oh, yeah? Mm-hmm. No kidding.
Yeah.
Little Bennett singing in the background. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, I think this is a good opportunity to transition into a jam session.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make some new music.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Let's make some new.
Don't want to get ahead of myself making announcements, but the track we were making last week, I had this idea. Hey, this crap that I just sung doesn't sound good, but if someone that had a decent voice were to sing it, it might sound good. So I did reach out to Nika Moore, who we've had on the show before, and she said she's absolutely down to re-record my crap and make it sound actually good.
Is yours on here? I deleted your...
Oh, perfect.
But I still have it somewhere.
You're killing my vibe.
Right, but...
Every time I...
That's it, yeah. I just, that's not on the right time because I just pushed play. You should just, you should, we were thinking to have you re-sing it.
I thought I did that. I came back. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think you sang it here, though. Mm-mm. No, because we would have had to unplug these mics and plug them into the...
Sure about that?
Apogee, and we never,
Oh, okay. You're killing my vibe. You're killing my vibe.
Is that when it should have come in? Was like when you sang the real time?
It comes in. I guess we could just position each of the individual clips where they're supposed to go.
Right.
You're killing my vibe.
Move it over with the music. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I can't sing for shit. It's horrendous.
What do you mean, man?
I can't believe we're gonna send this over to her.
It's beautiful. I mean, that's how some scratch tracks work, man.
Yeah, no, I guess so. But so Nika Moore is gonna go ahead and re-record that, and then
every time I spend time with you.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we should just re-record it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, go for it. Hey, man, I'm not holding you back. You go ahead, man. You go ahead. Here, let me grab.
I just have to listen to my track to hear the lyrics. But maybe, yeah, fuck it. Go ahead.
You're killing my vibe. Every time I spend time with you, and I don't know why.
Sounds like Eric Cartman.
I find myself hard sick on you.
I mean, it's cool, especially if like someone good sings it.
I don't think I
I'm
sound
just
like
messing
Eric
with you.
Cartman, but
just,
okay.
Just at that one line. Just at that one line. Can I play it again and show you where?
You're killing my vibe.
Right around here.
Every time I spend time with you. Every time I spend time with you.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. All right. Well, Cartman or not, hopefully she'll get the idea.
Yeah. I think she will,
All right. So if
you're going to re-sing it?
If I do that, do we have to plug this into the Apogee or what's up?
Yeah, I could unplug you from here and plug you into there.
Go for it.
Yeah? Okay, so no one's going to be able to hear you right now.
Okay.
Okay. So it's just going to be me. Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is that this is what a scratch track is, man. we're putting it together. We're doing it in real time. So we've already transitioned into the jam, just building off of last time. No, we will start a new song after this. But what I was trying to say was not only is Nika Moore going to hop on this track, but if everything works out like it should, I also reached out to Evaflow, and Evaflow said he's down to hop on the track as well. So this could be a very cool collab that comes out of this, and I'm very excited to see where it goes. And now I'm going to record my shitty vocals once more so that Nika has an idea of what I'd like her to sing better than I did.
Just keep showing. It's showing up here. Let me unplug this.
Unplug that, flip that switch, put this over here. Do what you got to do, man. Just make it happen, you know? Oh, you look like... you look ridiculous. No, with all those wires and shit, you're like, okay, just reaching over there and doing that. Hope you don't get electrocuted, man. All right, so we good?
Yeah. There you go.
All right.
Okay. So now you're locked into Logic there.
Locked into Logic.
Okay. So now let's... Alright, ready? That was the start. You're killing
Right,
my
yeah,
vibe.
right, yeah, I guess it's different. Right, never mind. Go ahead. Every time Oh God. All right. Roll it back.
Every time I need to burn it with you.
Yeah. Let's have you sing it.
Go for it.
You'll sing it, right?
Go.
Every time I spend time with you, and I don't know why, I find myself on you.
Oh, okay, hold on one second.
Because it goes longer than...
No. The loop was off.
Every time I spend time with you, and I don't know why, I find myself heartsick on you. Okay.
It's really good.
It's great.
Yeah,
It's great.
I love it. Okay, so
yeah.
now we have that. That's
Yeah,
good.
now we got that locked in. No, but that track is going to sound cool with both of them on it. With Eva Flow. All right, so yeah, let's start a new track, and I like this thing we're kind of doing of starting with something from Splice.
Yeah,
No,
sometimes
not so much.
we can, if that's what is that what Bingus wants.
I mean, I think it just makes sense in terms of what do you want to start with? I feel like you had something you wanted to start with already. It sounds like
No,
No? You just like giving me a hard time.
Yeah.
You just like any suggestion I make, you're gonna make the opposite. Is that how this works? Very good. All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and make a new song. What are we starting with, ASAP? Are we starting with Splice, or are we starting with a real instrument? Guitar, keyboard? What are you doing over there, dancing around with a frog? Come on.
First of all, why wouldn't you dance around with a frog?
Sure.
Second of all, what was your question again?
Are we starting with Splice, the keyboard, or the guitar? What are we doing? What are we doing here?
I feel like
What do you feel like? Tell me.
last time maybe I made the call, so today's Bingus's call.
Okay, well...
And watch your elbows, would you? How many times I got to tell you?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, okay. We're filming. Right, got it. All right, let's start with Splice.
Okay.
Watch your elbows. Like we're eating fucking pasta over here. You know?
Don't even get me started on pasta, all right?
Don't get me started on pasta. I didn't have breakfast. I'm hungry.
All right? I'm hungry too.
Let's get some pasta.
Yeah, let's get some pasta.
That's a little heavy for lunch. Okay, so let's start with Splice. Would you stop playing around with the fucking shit and get on the machine?
We just need the things to be in the right place. Once we just got to move some stuff around for the jam session.
Oh my
man.
God.
That's the only thing, all right?
Controlling this
Get
guy
off of
is...
me.
Get
Get off of me. You know, you could come look through Splice, too.
Nope. You're on the board, man.
There's a lot happening over here. I'm sorry to everyone that has to bear with us. That's why we should play music during this part, okay?
Hey, listen. You play music whenever you want to play music.
All right, I'm gonna go to 111 BPM, 111 BPM, and let's go F sharp major. Let's see what that brings out of Splice. You missed that part.
I did.
Yeah, F sharp major.
F sharp major. Perfect. We're going to go ahead and use some more of your credits.
Yep.
Buy us some Splice things.
Yeah. So
Love using your credits,
let's
man.
start with a bass. Right?
Why not?
Let's just start with a bass.
Slap at the bass, man.
Very few options, which is what I thought.
Well, this is more than just bass.
Interesting. Not that interesting.
Okay, go ahead and switch the BPM.
Hold on.
You like that one? I see you squirming around in the chair over there. Why don't you grab that?
just
Okay.
kidding.
No, we can start with that.
No, I was just being a weirdo.
But I kind of fuck with that beat.
No, you didn't.
No, I did.
Well, now I gotta find it.
Oh, you lost it. You got rid of. You threw it in the trash that quickly. F sharp, minor, 111 BPM. There were like 4 options.
Yeah, I know.
Shouldn't be that hard to find.
But I clicked off. I just gotta redo it. That's all.
You're a mess.
I know. Get off of me.
Yeah, there we go.
No, it was this one.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
All right, I'll just grab that and put that in here, and let's keep looking.
Hip hop.
Yeah.
These aren't hip hop drums.
No, I know. One second.
Closer. Warmer. Yes. Everybody fucking want. Ha! Yes. Ha! I could be an ad-lib king. Interesting. That almost feels 80s.
It does. And you know what's funny is, like, the other day I was thinking for Sapo for this Saturday, I was like, I feel like we should make something 80s. Just
We can lean into this 80s thing right here. We'd have to get some synthesizer
yeah,
going.
some synths, like some guitars.
All right, let's go 80s.
talking about Whitney Houston earlier? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, it might be easier to just like find some of those chords to like strum that are like, and we can find like that 80s like pocket. So there's like a bunch of related chords that we could just pull from these and decide what, if you know how to play any of these. Here, let me put it here. Can you see that well enough? Like F sharp minor or F sharp minor 7, A major 7, A6, B minor 7, B minor, C sharp minor 7, D major 7.
Do me a favor, zoom in on that. Thank you.
That's a good idea. These are chords built from the notes of this scale. So I figured if we picked any 4 from here, we could find a good starting place and find something that fits, but may have to go through a number of chords to find that. Which is so interesting, but I don't know how to play any of these off the top of my head. I have to look up these chords individually. One second. Maybe we can test out the progression here.
It's 2 o'clock.
Good boy, David.
doesn't sound right though. That's just me though?
Like in here it doesn't sound right, or how you're playing it?
Yeah, because I'm playing it wrong. No, I'm an idiot. Here we go. Yeah, let's go with that E D C sharp minor B minor chord progression. Yeah.
In on piano.
What's up?
It's coming here to figure out how to play these chords as well on piano.
Oh yeah, and then layering it. Sure.
Layer that in.
You want me to throw down this guitar real quick?
Yes. Let's see. Keep playing. That sounds pretty 80s. Oh, camera dead. You keep playing. I'm just gonna push record, and then you'll record, and I'm gonna change that camera battery. Ready? So you can just keep looping. That last one looked good, but the beginning looks, just all right, one more time.
Do it one more time and fix the end.
last one is a little off. That. Let me see.
What, the timing?
Yeah.
You grabbed the first one. You're so proud of yourself. Love it. Play it, baby. Oh, you are so funny. So what's going on for those of you that can't see right now is that ASAP doesn't know how to play keyboard
Right off the top of
right
my
off
head.
the top of his head. So he's looking up these chords and grabbing them one at a time individually. And as he grabs each one, the look on his face is fucking priceless. Just sheer joy. I love it. Ha. All right, go ahead and grab the third one, man. You got this. I believe in you. Oh. Yep, you got it.
What you know about that, man?
Did you lock it in?
Let's see. Let's join these together. See, then once we have them in there, we can like make them longer, change the velocity of them, and change the sounds, all that kind of cool stuff.
Good for you, man.
Yeah. And then maybe one day I can learn how to play all the chords at once.
Yeah. Yeah, like I learned how to play the keyboard. Yeah. We'll get there.
That's why you're an alcoholic and you don't know how to play the piano.
That's funny. That's a callback to another story. Anyway.
Actually, a previous episode. It's as easy as that, man.
Good for you.
As easy as that. And then just loop that. And make some quick changes here to...
But yeah, you should turn those into synths.
Yeah. Definitely not going to keep them like this. Maybe make it all a little longer. Okay. Now we find synthesizer, David.
This sounds very Talking Heads.
Relax, take a holiday from your life. From your life. Holiday from your life. Relax, relax, relax.
What you need to figure out is how to use auto-tune. Because you throw me an auto-tune, we got this on lock.
You just gotta sing it kind of close, because like if I set it to
Relax, go ahead.
Yeah, it'll be close. Close enough.
Relax, take a holiday from your life. From your life.
I mean, that should be close enough for an auto-tune.
you just need to sing it with
Relax, take a holiday from your life. From your life. Relax, take a holiday from your life. Relax.
So can you throw auto-tune on that or no?
I mean,
Do you know how to auto-tune something? A voice?
I did it to one of those songs that you did in the past. Remember?
You up-pitched it or something, but I'm talking about actual auto-tune.
I don't know if this has like auto tune in it, unless I'm an idiot. But like there's like the pitch correction.
Well, we're not going to
which
get
is-
we're not going to get into that right now. That's a longer discussion.
There's like the pitch correction, and then you could just put the key here. Okay. So it'll make you sing close to the key. You know?
I mean, fuck it. Let's try it. Why not?
Yeah. Ready?
Oh, I gotta do that into the. I gotta plug the thing into the thing, huh?
Yeah. Or you could sing it into your cell phone and then just, be listening to this, and then we'll have to like line it up. But you'll be doing it in like real time with the track, so it should be easy to line up. And actually, those aren't bad.
You rather do it that way?
It'd be a lot. We could just start doing it right now.
Here we go. All right.
Relax.
But hold on, start it at you put it up start it at the top of the one.
Relax, take a holiday from your life. Relax. Relax, take a holiday from your life.
that's right. You could hear me then too. That's wild. Because it's recording from that.
Right. Okay. So
Interesting. But you have the first few. I totally forgot that's how that was working.
I like it. It was a nice harmony on my toned up voice.
Relax. So, like, did you start it again, or does this have the first? This is both. So this first part where you start here is where I told you to stop.
Oh no!
You started again after
correct.
that.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
Sorry. No. Why are you clipping it?
Relax.
Oh, that's why. Right. Okay.
Because you started at the one, but you started recording before that.
Right.
Relax. Take a holiday from your. Relax. Take a holiday from your life. Relax. Relax, take a holiday from your life.
All right, now make that sound good.
Okay, hold on.
Relax, take a holiday from your life. Relax. Relax, take a holiday from your life.
Yeah, go ahead and double up my shitty vocals.
Just relax. Just relax.
All right, so you're up pitching it, pitch correction?
Mm-hmm. Pitch correction, and we're in the key of F sharp minor. So F sharp.
And we'll forgive you for today that you're using Logic instead of Pro Tools.
Yeah, thanks. Minor.
And is that built into the program, or are you paid for that?
No, that's built in. There's probably like an
auto-tune plugin?
That, you could buy, I'm sure. Wait, let's do the natural minor scale instead of the pentatonic minor scale.
All right.
Relax, take a holiday from your life. Relax. Relax, take a holiday from your life. Relax. Relax, take a holiday from your life. Relax.
Yeah, like do that over it.
You.
Relax, take a holiday
Yeah.
from your life. Relax. Relax, take a holiday from your life. Relax. Relax, take a holiday from your life. Relax. Relax,
Take a holiday from your life.
You could probably record stuff like that and we could lay it in there and it would probably sound really cool.
relax, take a
Yeah.
holiday from your life.
You should
Relax,
Relax.
relax.
you should record
Relax,
something.
take a holiday from your life. Relax. Relax, take a holiday from your life. Relax. Relax, take a holiday from your life. Relax. Relax, take a holiday holiday from your life. Relax. Relax, take a holiday. Relax. Relax, take a holiday from your life. Relax.
And now you just need to lower my doubled up and raise yours. Relax.
Relax, take a holiday from your life. Relax.
Take a holiday
Relax, take a holiday from your life.
from your life.
Relax.
Relax.
Relax, take a holiday from your life.
Oh yeah.
Relax.
Relax.
Relax, take a holiday from your life. Relax. Relax, take a holiday from your life. Relax. Relax, take a holiday from your life. Relax. Relax, take a holiday from your life. Relax. Relax, take a holiday from your life. Relax.
Sapo Studios FM playing all of your favorite hits from the 80s. This is Relax. Take a holiday from your life.
Relax. Relax, take a holiday from your life. Relax.
This is
You like that?
Relax, take a holiday from your life. Relax. Relax, take a holiday from your life. Relax.
Thank you for tuning in to Sapo Studios today. It's been a pleasure being with you here on this beautiful 80s. Yeah,
is this 80s, Dave?
This is 80s Dave coming at you. Oh man, too much.
How many times I gotta tell you to watch your fucking elbows, man? Oops. Just kidding.
All right, no, this has been fun.
We lost our other green screen.
I
over
saw
there
it
to the
flew
wind.
off quite some time ago.
Did it? That's
Yeah.
a shame.
Yeah, go ahead and lower that track just a
That's a
just a
shame.
tad. Do me a favor. Yeah, okay. Thank you very much for being with us on this beautiful Sapo Saturday. It's been a pleasure. We did a little deep dive into A$AP Froggy, aka David Gabriel. Finally got to the bottom of his nonsense. I'm just messing with you, man. It's not
I
nonsense.
know.
You're a good dude. I'm an asshole.
Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
No problem.
it was fun and
Yeah.
unexpected. So
Yeah, no, it's
That
cool,
was
and I think we'll get a little bit more into some other things with you as the shows progress. But
Yeah.
that was a nice little segment.
yeah, it was a good time.
And yeah, thank you to our guest today, Terence.
This is a good song.
Not Terence Howard, like I said before, but it's Terence Shaw. And look out for big things from him because he seems like a dude that makes things happen. And just I love how he just follows his passion and leans in. That's my term of the day, leaning in.
Lean in.
Oh,
Lean
that's
in.
my phone.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for being with us. Appreciate you. Love you. Appreciate you tuning in all the time, whether you're Frog family or not. I see familiar faces out there, and I'm really grateful for that. Oh, it was your phone. See, you're making me feel like an asshole.
Yeah, you are,
You know,
though.
this guy's always making me feel like an asshole, and then
fine.
it winds up being
It's fine.
his fault.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. No, but thank you to all of our Frog family out in the audience. Thank you to Lollyhops and Froggy Digital. I see Radpole and the Yellow Pineapple out there. Love y'all. Appreciate
much
you.
love to you all. And do we have some very interesting things to share with you all coming up.
Every time.
Dude, you know what? I'm going to ask
Every
Lolly.
time.
I'm going to ask for permission to do some leaks here soon enough. You know, it's going to happen.
Leak over there in the corner off microphone, and then we'll talk. All right.
Dude, your elbows, man.
The elbows. Okay. Anyway.
As he just shoves his elbow further into the corner while he adjusts himself.
You all have a beautiful rest of your weekend. Have an 80s weekend.
Yeah, have an 80s weekend.
You know, throw on some Talking Heads and jam out.
Throw on some Dave and Dave.
Maybe The Cure. You know, get into it. Lean in to the 80s. This has been another Sapo Studios Scratch Track Saturday. Sapo Studios out.
Sending you off with Relax by Dave and Dave. And your arm, dude.